Welcome back to Great Day. Well, we are still in the middle of the holiday season with plenty of parties and gatherings still on the calendar. So what's the best way to handle all the hustle and bustle? That's where Heather Creech comes in. Thanks so much for joining us this morning, Heather.
Good morning. Thanks for having us today.
Yeah, no worries. So you say the most important way to handle the hustle and bustle is to delegate and have a plan, correct?
Absolutely. We always suggest having a plan going into any social gathering, but also just because we can do it all doesn't mean we should. So absolutely delegate when necessary.
Yeah, and speaking of, maybe overdoing it, which we can tend to do sometimes, what about adult beverages? Any ideas on how to celebrate without calorie-laden alcohol?
Absolutely. One thing we suggest to a lot of our members is making a mocktail. And by mocktail meaning you omit the alcohol, but you can get super creative. Like we have with a typical Bloody Mary, we have a fun lean green spin on a Bloody Mary called Verde Mary, where we've added lots of veggies. We've substituted the tomatoes and saved a little bit of carbs by adding pepper to it. But truth be told, garnishes, glassware, you can really jazz these drinks up during the holiday season. And really, if you don't tell anyone there's not alcohol in it, they probably won't even know. So we've put a nice classic little spin on this. And again, the garnishes are where it's at. I think a lot of people enjoy adding things that they can have to this. We've added peppers, tomato, cheese, a little bit of cilantro sprig, and of course a lemon. And who doesn't love a dill pickle in their Bloody Mary? So essentially, you have kind of like a full salad with a beverage without the guilt, and it tastes amazing.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. And what about comfort food for the family? Can you share something maybe that's yummy but also healthy?
Absolutely. Again, we want to keep it super simple. So a lot of us have crock pots already, and we encourage our members to capitalize on those. So what we've done is we've taken just a classic chicken Caesar with our Profile by Stanford Caesar dressing, high flavor, low calorie, low maintenance. And once you prepare this within your crock pot, we add the dressing, the chicken, diced tomatoes, and Parmesan cheese as your fat. And again, this can be really done multiple different ways. We've added it on a whole grain bun this afternoon, or you can also make, and I know this is popular in a lot of restaurants right now, just simply adding this to a romaine boat for your guests. So you could truly choose on whether you want to go maybe bunless or gluten-free and add this to a veggie, but truly 3 simple ingredients and thrown in the crock pot, you can set it and forget it.
Yeah. And Heather, let's quickly go back to the idea of planning ahead. What does that look like?
Absolutely. Planning ahead, just truly thinking about, you're going to be with your guests for several hours and, grazing over a long period of time, which ironically is actually good for you to eat smaller meals throughout the day. And so having a plan and knowing that you have control over what you're sharing with your guests, perhaps what you're bringing to the party itself, and also, just capitalize on that delegation. Our members and the coaches and I have been very blessed to team up with Charcut on the Loo. They do charcuterie boards, and they can actually communicate with you and plan ahead on things that you're trying to do. Maybe it's healthier choices, increased veggies and fruits, and of course, they display it in such a fun way that you really don't have to do any of the work. I literally just picked this up today. I'm always the Pinterest girl that thinks I have such good ideas, but really they're the experts for a reason. So another thing that we suggest is looking at your plate and your portion sizes. We know a lot of us probably grew up with, that mentality of finish your plate. Well, if we can commit to maybe a smaller plate and really watch our portion size by utilizing our hands, and just truly filling our plates with things that we know that are going to do good things for the body.
Yes, I am a fan of convenience, so I love it. Thank you, Heather, for joining us this afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having us.
And you can find this segment along with the recipe following the show at KMOV.com/greatday.